Hey, this is Yvonne from simplegermany.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to sign up for car insurance or change your car insurance in Germany using a comparison tool called Tarifcheck. Now, why am I doing this video? Because you probably already know this beautiful function of Google in the Chrome browser when you do a right click and you go to translate to English. As you can see on this page, it worked beautifully, and we're just going to continue here, and I would like to insure a new car. However, on the next page, if I would like to change it to English as well, you can see that it does it here on top, but these boxes that are actually crucial, they don't get translated. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm going to walk you through it with some quick translations and tips on how to also save on car insurance. I did write a complete article on that topic on simplegermany.com as well. So if that helps you, look at the links below and you can read that there as well. So what are we doing here? First, we have to describe our situation. What do you want to do? And the first one is to change insurance. If you already have a car and it's insured, of course, and you're looking for cheaper insurances, then you would select this option. And if you just bought a new car and would like to get car insurance for that, you select this one, which I'm going to do because actually I did buy a car last week. So that's very exciting. And the next question is, are there any other insurances already that you have? Like, do you have car insurance already? I don't, so I'm going to click no. If you do, stay with yes. Then you continue. And now we're going to have to answer some questions for the car. If you are just looking at how much car insurance is for a certain type and model, a brand and model, you would click on here, and then you can select the car that you are looking into. Let's say you're looking for a BMW, the 1 Series, and here Kraftstoffart means what petrol is it running on. Benzin Super is actually petrol, and diesel is diesel. So select that. And then the car category. Limousine is pretty much self-explanatory. Coupe and roadster as well. Cabrio stands for convertible, and Combi stands for station wagon. Then you have to choose how many horsepowers your car has. PS stands for horsepowers, so whichever it is, just select the one that matches best. And then here you have the different cars that BMW offers with those metrics, and you can select the one that fits best. Now you see here these codes, HSN and TSN, and you can also see up here that you're being asked for that. These codes are unique for one type of car. So if you already have a specific car and you already talked to a car dealer, ask that car dealer for a copy of the car registration or these two numbers, because then you can identify it without entering all the other data, and it's bulletproof. So here, for example, you have a screenshot of the registration paper number 1, which is also called the Fahrzeugschein. And here you have the examples on where you can find those numbers under 2.1 and 2.2. Let's go with the example right here. Let's enter the 0588 and the ACI, and that gives us an Audi A4. Fantastic. The next question is this car a second car for you? Like, do you already have a primary car? Yes or no? No, for me it is the primary car, so I don't have a second car. And then it asks you for the first time registration of the vehicle. If it's a brand new car, well, put the date that you will register it under. And if it's a used car, then put the date that it was registered first. You can also find that information on the Fahrzeugschein or the Fahrzeugbrief, so the registration paper 1 or 2. Let's just select, let's say it's 2 years old, and let's just say it was registered on the 1st of November. If it comes to car registration, also there we wrote an in-detail article on simplegermany.com. We will also link that underneath the video for further information. Let's continue here. As a next category, you have to tell us a little bit about, or not us, but Tarifcheck, a little bit about how you are planning to use your car. Do you only use it privately, including the commute to work? Are you also planning on using it for business, or both? If you select both, then the next question is, which one are you going to use it more for private or business use? And this one here, jährliche Fahrleistung, is a very important category to define the cost of your car insurance, the premium price, because the more kilometers you put here, the more expensive the premium will be. You can find down here a little cheat sheet, and those are actually categories how the insurance companies break down mileage. So let's say if you would put 10,000, that is going to be more expensive than 9,000. So you might opt for 9,000 just to save on that. And in case you drive more, you can inform your car insurer during the year. We go with 15 just now because that is a very common and regular car usage. The next one is a Saisonkennzeichen. That means, are you going to drive your car seasonally, or also motorcycle if you opt for motorcycle insurance? So if you only plan to drive it from April, let's say April to October, only in the warm summer months, you can enter these months here, the beginning and the end months. But for any normal car, for day-to-day use, you want it to be available full year. The next question is, how do you finance your car? Do you buy it in cash, or better said, with a direct payment, whether it's wire transfer or actually cash? This is a loan. Credit is loan and leasing. Let's say we pay for it. And the next question is, how do you park your car most nights? You have quite a few options here, and basically they want to know whether you have a garage, like a parking spot for it, or you're going to park it on the street. Einzelgarage is a single garage, Doppelgarage a double garage. Sammelgarage, Tiefgarage is usually a subterranean garage of a multi-story building. Carport is an outside parking that is covered, so it's protected from rain. This is a private or business ground, so private property. This is the street public parking. This is a designated parking lot, like a bigger parking lot. This is a designated parking lot that is covered, typically in cities, and whatever other parking you might have. Let's just go with a street and public parking. Here you put the day of the when the insurance should start, so of the registration. Let's just say we are going to register our car next week, Wednesday. All right, next category is information about yourself. So I'm female. I'm just going to put a fake birth date here. Let's just say I was born whenever. And for the next one is, when did you get your license? So here the tool already subtracts the date until you're 18, because that's the year, or the age better said, when you can get a license, a driver's license in Germany. So I'm just going to say we got it right smack at 18. The country of your driver's license, obviously I am German, so I leave Germany here. Depending on where you're from, you might be able to drive with your driver's license from abroad in Germany or not. Depends on whether your country where your driver's license is from has a repatriation agreement. Also here we wrote an article about with more details. You can find the link below. Then your marital status. I am married. Then your work status. Let me run you through this real quick. So here we have Angestellter employee. This is a classic worker. This is an employee in public service. This is a pension. If you're on pension, a pensioner. This is a self-employed. This is without decisive employment. This is if you're an apprentice, if you're a house, what's the word? If you're staying at home mom or dad, there you go. This is a public service. If you're a student in university, if you're a lawyer for life, if you're a freelancer, if you're a public service, if you're a soldier, if you're a student in school, again, if you're a pensioner after public service, if you're a soldier for life, if you are a farmer, and if you're volunteering in the army. The most common one will be either the employee, the self-employed, or the freelancer for you guys, I would assume. Then you have to put your zip code. I'm here in Düsseldorf. And the next one, Punkte in Flensburg. Very interesting. Basically, it means bad driver's points. However, in German or in Germany, anyone would always ask you whether you have Punkte in Flensburg. Why? Because the government body that records the bad driver point is in Flensburg, a city very far north of Germany. I don't have any, so that is a no. And then the question is, do I have access to another car on a regular basis? I don't, so that is a no. Next up are some questions regarding your car. First up is who will be driving your car. If it's only you, Versicherungsnehmer is the one taking out the insurance, click this one. If it is you and someone else, then tick that one. And the next question is, who is that someone else? Is it someone you can name? Then this one is a yes. Is it someone you cannot name, meaning anybody? It would be a no. If you click no, you will have to answer some questions about the age of the youngest and oldest driver. If you can name it, put yes, and then put the youngest and the oldest. If you cannot name it, put no. However, if you can say who else will be driving the car, you click yes, and then you can add the driver here. For example, here I would, of course, mention my wife, Jen, and fill out all these details. This question means whether she lives in the same household as I, so this would be a yes, and the others, in this case, for her would also be a no, but I'm skipping this because this is very personal. The next question is Halter des Autos, who owns the car? And in this case, most cases it should be the one that's also taking out the policy, the car insurance, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, and the last category basically is the option for discounts. It kind of depends on your living circumstances. This question refers to whether you have any other cars insured by you or family members. I don't. It's my first car, so it's a no. And these were already pre-filled. The next question is, do you have any children under the age of 17 in your household? No for me. Do you have any real estate that you are also living in? So do you own the house or the flat that you're living in? For me, it's a no. Do you have a yearly pass for the public transport of your city? For example, some companies hand out job tickets, yearly job tickets, so that would be a yes then. For me, it's a no. Do you own a Bahn card? No. Are you a member of an automobile club? I am. I recently signed up with the ADAC. That is Germany's, I believe, largest automobile club, who supports you in case of breakdown and other instances where you need roadside assistance. Next question is whether you own a motorcycle. I used to, but not anymore, so this is a no. And then they ask you whether you would like to receive the comparison, the following comparison also via email. I don't. I can just look at this here on the web page. So you have to, of course, agree that they can process your data, and then you click on Show me the results. Now that was fast, and basically Tarifcheck gives you a recommendation on what factors to put into your car insurance to save, to get the lowest premium price, which is recommended, well, not lowest, I'm sorry, with the recommended car insurance depending on what you entered. So for me, they recommend what I entered here, the Vollkasko insurance, which is the most comprehensive insurance that you can get, most expensive in that case. However, they also recommend me to take a deductible, Selbstbeteiligung is deductible, for this Vollkasko of 500 euros and a deductible for the Teilkasko of 150 euros. Both of them will reduce my yearly premium, and I'm totally happy to pay these amounts. I would need the insurance for much bigger damage. The next selection is Werkstattausweis. So basically means that your car workshop, your car garage, the ones who fix your car, needs to be decided on from your insurer, by your insurer. This gets you a 20% saving on your car insurance premium. And it's totally okay if you're living in a city, because there are enough workshops around. And the reason being is that your car insurance most likely has partner workshops where they get discounts. And last but not least, the way you can save is by paying your car insurance on a yearly basis, jährlich, other than, let's say, monthly. I'm okay with these pre-selections, so I will accept them. Now, let's see. Here we have the results that Tarifcheck is giving us. Here you have these pre-selections. You can see them here and also change them if you would rather, play around a little bit with and see how the price changes. Now, what you get here is on the top left, you have the price value recommendation. Europa is a car insurer. This is the grade, the school grade that Tarifcheck gives this insurance, 1.0 being the best. So this is quite all right. This is quite good. And down here you see the customer reviews. On the right next to it, we see the value recommendation. So those that apparently have the best value, the best coverage, And obviously this one is more expensive than the other one. What we can do is we can click here, Details vergleichen, and compare the details of those two. And we can also select a third one to really have the different coverages next to each other to take a look. Now, to search for the third one that I want to compare, I'm paying attention that all of these 5 factors have a green check, because that is the best coverage. This one I won't check because we already have it. That's the one that's recommended on top. So let me look further down. All right, here is one that is not part of the comparison yet. All 5 checks. So that's great, because I have a phone customer service. I have the maximum coverage. I have the maximum coverage for animal accidents. I won't be bumped hard in case I claim. That's like the so-called no claim bonus. The claim bonus here is fair. And I also get my purchase price of the car refunded in case my car gets totaled within the next 12 months. So I'm also going to tick here. And then I'll move all the way down to go to Vergleichen, compare. And here I have those 3 next to each other. So I can literally say and look at what one insures over the other and see what is important to me. In this instance, I would recommend to you that you use Google Translate for these, or any other translation tool for these particular words. I also put some translations in German to English at the end of the article on simplegermany.com, so you can also take a look there. And once you decide which insurance to take, you can simply go ahead and, you can have a look here first. These are all the Vollkasko coverages usually, and whatever you agreed to are the parameters. And here you can also see that the elektronische Versicherungsbescheinigung, the EVB number, very important. You get it directly online via email and also via text message if you wish so, which is super important for registering your car. You cannot register your car without this number, which is why you need to take out car insurance before you can actually register and drive your car. So pay attention that this has a green check mark, especially if you're in a rush. So then you can click on continue, and you have your selected insurance here. You can review everything, and at the end of the day, you can click here on Online Antrag, and you will get this EVB number immediately on the next screen. I just did it yesterday, so it really works. And then you can go to your registration office in your city and register your car. So that's it for this video. Like I said, all articles relevant for car insurance and car registering will be underneath the video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.